Hey guys, and thank you for joining me on this virtual tour of 52 Baby Jane Lane. Now, I'm going to be going over things online that, yes, you can see on Zillow or Realtor.com or whatever platform you're on, but this way at least you can hear me point out specific things about the property. And you can certainly reach out to me with any questions that you have after this via email or text or whatever you prefer. So as you can see, this is a brick ranch. It's been painted white. Over here, where the garage is, or where the garage used to be, rather, they have converted that into a primary bedroom with his and hers closets. So I just wanted to point that out. And also, if you're not familiar with where this is, you can use Google Earth, you can use Google Maps to pull it up so that you can see exactly where off of Highway 64 it is between Hendersonville and Lake Lure. So one of the features that I love about this property, and there are many, but is this big picture window right here. When you're sitting in the living room and you look out, first of all, behind us, behind this camera angle is a row of evergreen trees. So it's very private. People can't look into your window, but you can sit there and have this big, beautiful view of the front yard and the trees and the blooming flowers and whatever you choose to put in your front yard. I also wanted to point out this tin roof. So this is a durable, long-lasting roof. They say the rain is not super loud. They do enjoy the sound of hearing the rain somewhat, but it's very insulated, so it's not like super loud. Okay, and notice how level that front yard was as well. This is a shot of the backyard, lots of parking at this property. You've got your two-car garage back here, a two-car carport, and those trucks are pretty big, those trucks that you see in there. And then where this Colorado is, that is a two-car or two-truck parking pad that they've built there. And then this big gravel area here is also just perfect for parking. And the driveway goes all the way around in front of that dumpster, which that's a service you could opt to keep or not. And then right here is one of the RV pads. This particular RV pad has electric and water hookup, no sewer. There's a little bit of a shed roof there and another parking area they've got an equipment trailer sitting there. So let's move on. This backyard is fantastic level. Oh, there's a bonfire pit right there too. And when these trees leaf out in the summer, that's going to be a nice buffer. The road is down here, Highway 64. So this property sits up above the road quite a bit. You do hear traffic when you're outside, not so much when you're inside. But once all the leaves come in on the trees during the summer, it's going to buffer that noise a little bit. Okay, here's a great picture of the bonfire. I just love this area. And then directly past the bonfire, that is a sunroom, which is really cool. And then this patio right beside that. So you have the best of both worlds. You could sit out on the patio, you could sit in the sunroom, or you can bring your Adirondack chairs out here by the bonfire. Here is the second RV hookup. This is a full hookup, so you also have sewer hookup here. Or septic rather, septic hookup. And then this little house right here is actually the well house for the entire property, for the main house. But if you are like an investor-minded type, and not the camping type, you could rent out these RV spaces, or you could buy a camper and put it there for when the family comes to visit. Lots of possibilities and potential with the RV sites there. This is another view of the side and backyard. So over to it's my left. I hope that's your left too. I'm not sure, but over here where you see my hand waggling around, that's the driveway right there. And it continues up the side of the property. But the property that goes with this house is everything inside that road. Now, this driveway back here is included in the property, but where it comes to a certain point, then everything on the inside of the road becomes the acreage that goes with this house. All right, this is another thing I love about this house. This kitchen is huge, and all these appliances are stainless steel. The fridge is what's called an InstaView fridge, so it has like a window in it. You can see through it there. It's and it makes craft ice cubes. So it's a nice fridge. But the kitchen is very spacious. You have tons of counter space, tons of cabinet space. This window looks out over the backyard, very private, and you can see straight through the kitchen. There is a laundry room there with a sink right there. And then you've got these cute shelves, and just around that corner is what is now the primary bedroom. And then right through here, I'll show you in a minute, is another room that's being used currently as a bedroom, but it could also be an office or a workout room or a playroom or a nursery. It could be lots of things. So this is the view of the kitchen looking this way. And like I said, it's super spacious. Oh, I'll show you the other view in a minute. So this is the living room, and this is the big picture window I was telling you about. I just love that any time of year you could sit in this living room and have a beautiful view. And again, that depends on what you want to put in the front yard, but it's very private and it's just so big. It's like one of the biggest windows I've ever seen in a living room. Very cool. There's another view. These are the evergreen trees I was telling you about that creates that privacy. And again, I mean, you could plant hydrangeas, you could plant dahlias, you could plant whatever you want out here that's flowering and just make this like your tapestry or whatever. And then when you sit in the living room, that's what you see. This over here is the back of the RV. So that is one of the RV hookups. That's the full hookup actually right there. So you wouldn't necessarily see that, but you might if you're sitting on this couch. But super cool view from the living room. Here's a front door. And again, there that goes to the living room. And from the camera angle right here, we're standing in the dining area right there. So front door is this way, right through here. That goes back to 3 more bedrooms. Those were, I'll get to that in a minute. And this right here is a coat closet. So very spacious kitchen. This is a custom built breakfast nook. Super cool area right there. And again, there's that big InstaView refrigerator and all of this, and it goes on the other side too, they're using for pantry space. So tons of cabinet space. But I love this built-in breakfast nook with the little jutted out, that's where you put your feet. I don't know what that's called, but you know, if you have kids or grandkids or whatever that want to sit here and just enjoy eating there, prop their feet right up on that little spot. Again, another view of the kitchen. To the left right here are the French doors that go out to the sunroom, which you'll see in just a minute. There they are. This is just looking back the other way through the kitchen. Again, very private backyard because you've got these evergreens in the back as well. Another view of the kitchen. See how big it is? And this is that extra room I was telling you about that could be used for whatever your imagination desires. All right, this is the laundry room. This is the back door headed out to the backyard. Right to the right is a door that goes into the primary bedroom. This is not the primary bedroom though. The pictures are a little out of order. This is just one of the bedrooms in the other section of the house. This is another bedroom. Beautifully updated bathroom in the hallway. This is the bathroom that those 2 bedrooms you just saw will use and share, as well as a guest bathroom. I love this curved part of the shower wall. Very elegant looking. This bedroom is actually the original primary bedroom that was original to the brick ranch. And so it has a closet and it also has its own bathroom. This is the new primary bedroom. So this used to be the garage. It has been converted into a master bedroom, and the previous owners did that, not the current owners. But the previous owners converted this into the primary bedroom. You can see there's attic access right there. This is another view. This is the his and hers closet at the back of the room. This door actually goes outside to the driveway if you ever wanted to use it as such. This is the extra room that was off of the kitchen that I was telling you about. They're using it as a bedroom, but it doesn't have a closet, so it can't really be classified as a bedroom, but you could use it for that if you wanted to, but it could be anything you would want it to be. This is the sunroom. And I love the color of brick they've used in here. So it's gray in the sunroom, it's white everywhere else on the house. I love their new industrial style fan, sliding doors all around. So you could easily just step right out no matter where you wanted to go. And you can see that the backyard has a little bit of a slope, but for where we live, in my mind, that is pretty level. Here's a view of the back patio. Again, another view of that nice level yard. You've got the bonfire pit right there, little planting bed right here. And then over here you have these power poles, and I think those are, I guess that's transfer something or other. I don't remember what they're called, but they're set back far off. And you can see there is another house or garage or something behind these trees, but you can't really see them. Again, big carport, lots of room for storing all the toys and all the things. This is the double garage with these cool ceiling lights in here. They did a lot of bodywork, powder coating, and things like that in this garage. So it's pretty spacious. Then you have this lean-to shed kind of thing off the side where you can store a lot of extra stuff if you have to. And another storage unit. You will not lack for storage on this property, I promise. Just all kinds of views. Okay, this is standing in front of the house looking back towards Hendersonville and back towards Highway 64. This is Highway 64 right here. This is the driveway. And these trees now, if you drive by there, they're all going to be leafed out. And if they bloom, they'll probably be blooming. So anyway, it's very private property. Oh, here's an up-close picture of the back RV parking pad. Again, with electric and water, no sewer. And then there's another just parking place for a trailer. Front door view. This is an aerial view of the property lines themselves. It shows you exactly what conveys with this home. Starts down here where the driveway or the road comes in, comes up all along 64, and then this is where I explained before, if you'll remember, where it's the inside of this road all the way up. So you can barely see right here, the driveway goes right here and swings around to the back. And right here, it goes into this other road, but right there is where the property line stops. And so it's everything included within this green boundary line. It's what's included with this property. Can't go wrong, especially if you want the country life, but only 20 minutes from town. I don't know how far it is to Lake Lure, but it's only about 20 minutes to Hendersonville. So it's a fantastic property. I would love for you to get with your realtor and take a look at it if you're interested. If you don't have a realtor, you're welcome to contact me as well. But just wanted you to have some more in-depth explanation of what all goes along with the property. So please feel free to reach out if you have any questions at all. And thanks for watching. And let me know if I can help you with any of your real estate needs.